We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Oh, didn't see you there. It's Thomas Edward, and I've got a parcel. It's just come in the post. Oh, Thomas Edward. Wonder what it could be. I've got my lads here at Model Land Rover's off-road parked here, and well, let's open it, shall we? And I've got two ways of opening it, because sometimes the scissors aren't enough. The scissors, as you should say, but scissors anyway. And I've got a Swiss Army knife. So we'll try and open it, because some parcels are hard to open. You know, the keys don't quite cut it, so you've got to have sometimes you've got to have a blade. So where should we start? There's a bit of a seam here. Always remember, don't do this at home, children. Blades have sharp things. Oh. What about? Got all polystyrene bits in it. I need them to be honest. Just get this box here. Hold on. Oh look, no way. Look. Didn't see you there. Wow, look. So I actually know who this is from. This is from a friend, Billy, who makes me custom Land Rovers. And I've had a few off him in the past, so this is not the first one I've had off him. I've had two others. And he's a fan of the channel, and he's wrote, "Didn't see you there" on it, you see. So he's a fan, but he's also covered it up because he wants it to be a surprise. Because I've seen it being built, but I've not seen the final product. So this is a first sort of glance of what it actually looks like. So look, it's got it in a proper Britain's box. So wow, pretty cool. Oh, it's in a limited edition box. I actually have this model upstairs, what's called Philip. And it's in 2018 Britain's did this limited edition Defender with a roof rack and a winch bumper. But it isn't that, it actually isn't that, it's a custom Billy, just only like one-off stuff. Wow, check it out, no way. Oh, he even fastened it in. Oh, it's pro Billy is, he's even fastened it in, so it doesn't get damaged in there. No slouch. But anyway, that's Billy, he's custom made this, and it's a Land Rover Defender 90, and it took a long time to choose a colour on this. Originally it was going to be yellow, with, I think, matching wheels, but we decided against the yellow in the end, and I went through a couple of colours like gunmetal grey and stuff. And then I had a Land Rover similar to this colour, and Billy had just got this colour in for one of his other creations. And I said, "Oh, have you got any left of that paint?" And he said, "Yeah." So we got it in this limited edition Land Rover colour, what Britain's did. And I said, "Oh, you've got to have a silver grille and a silver bumper, because I like the contrast." But the rest, I said, it's up to you what you want to do with it, because Billy likes creating one-off creations. So he's put a snorkel on it, and he's put a roof rack on it, 4 spotties, and a wheel I've got to stick back on, and what's he done? Oh, he's even put, look, ladders up the back. What else? And he's done, look, custom wheels with the colour-coded body centres in it with silver around, and he's done what I wanted. I wanted a really wacky interior in it, because you always get black interiors, but I don't know if you can see in there, he's done like a brown interior. You might need a bit of old light here. I don't know if you can see. You should be able to see that. It's got like I think it's yellow steering wheels and yellow centre of the seats, and the rest is brown. So it's a fully custom interior there for a fully custom Land Rover. And it's got for anyone who's noticed, that grille there is a heritage grille. A standard Defender grille is a bit longer than that, looks a bit different. So it's got a heritage edition front grille on it. And he's done all the vents silver and all the hinges silver and the mirrors silver. And he's even got a custom mud flaps what some limited editions have with a Land Rover on there. It's really good. I'm well impressed. And I've got a name for it eventually. I'm going to buy some number plates for there, and we'll fit a number plate on the back somewhere. But I might put it on top there. And so I've got that to come, and he's going to be quite a character because he's quite a smart looking vehicle. And so Billy, I'll leave his email underneath. So if you want a custom Land Rover like this, get in touch with him because he does some pro jobs. But I'll show you what else he's done. But I'll show you first. So this is fully custom. The body is a Britain's Land Rover, but he's something different. What you can't buy off the shelves is a van body. So a lot of Britons is either station wagon or pickup, and Billy's filled the sides in and made it like a van. So it's a van body, and obviously he's put the rack and the snorkel on. But and it's got the wheels are off a 1990s Britain's Land Rover Discovery 1. So they're not stock wheels for these 90s. And the tyres, what are the tyres off? What the tread pattern on? The tyres, I think the tyres are standard Britain's new Defender tyres, what he's put over the Discovery 1 alloys. Yeah, and it's really good. Well impressed. And I think underneath, sprayed all chassis silver as well, so it looks like a galvanised chassis. It's very important in the Land Rover because a normal chassis rusts. So if you've got a galvanised chassis, you don't get any rust. And a lot of guys do it, but you've got to have big bucks to get a galvanised chassis. So I'll show you here. Now this is another character I have at Model Land Rovers Off-Road called Ted, who's a farmer. And that's a stock Britain's Defender. That's what you'd buy off the shelf. That was probably about 15-20 quid for new in a box. So that's what a stock Britain should look like. In the customer you can see the difference in there. See the grill's different. That's got a heritage grill on that. That's got the stock grill. Look, you can take these off and it's a pickup. So that's stock, and it's got footsteps on. Billy takes them off because he don't like them. I'm not a big fan of them. They look a bit naff, to be honest, on these. But I kept that stock because he's just a farmer. He don't like fancy stuff, so I kept him stock. But Billy, the first thing I bought off him, we'll put that there aside. The first thing I bought off him, beginning of this year, was this. And now this looks like the other one I've just shown you. It's a stock Britain's, but Billy's put custom alloys and tyres on it, and he's put a lamping spotlight and a snorkel on it. And this was one of Billy's prototypes. This wasn't made for me. He just said to me, "Oh, do you want this?" And I went, "Yeah, alright, I'll have it." And I bought it off him, and I've done a few stories on it. It's a great vehicle to take photos of. And it's got some cans in the back, look. They're out one of me barns there, look. What did he say on them? Agricultural engine oil sat in the back. And he's called Billy. I've named him after Billy who creates them. So he's called Billy. As you can probably tell by that number plate, look, Bill. So that was the first thing I got off Billy, was that. And then the second thing I got off him, what was a few weeks ago, was, well, not a few weeks, a couple of months ago, was this. This was my idea, and the colour scheme was my idea, but Billy put his trademark on it. So I always wanted a Heritage 90 and Heritage green colours, and this is what this is, in Heritage green colours. But it hasn't got the Heritage grille like that one has. But it's much as the Heritage look what you want. And these in real life are big money, these Heritage spec. And I said, I want a silver twist on it, so he's done a silver roof, silver bumpers, silver bit on the back. And it's got pigs in the back, look, because that's this model hasn't been shown on my model Land Rovers page yet. This is still, you're seeing a sneak peek here, but I think time you see this will be on my page, and it's a pig farmer, so I've got some pigs in the back. And Billy, with what I was saying, he does his own twist. Billy, his twist on it was he painted the little lug nuts on the wheels, the same colour as the body. And what else? He did do it, and he's put these wheels are more knobbly than what you've seen before, and these are off early Britons. These, I think, the same wheels what were on Brody. So Brody here has original 1970s tyres on it, Dunlop, and see how knobbly they are. They are exactly what the same what are on this one. They're the same pattern. So we put them on. There you go, he sprayed a bit of the chassis as well, make it galvanised, very important. I think that's it. I think he's twist. I think he put the CDI for Williams back on it. He did the colouring, the same body colour matching like ribs in the stainless steel there, and then the middle bit silver. I think that's what these twist was on it. So it's a one-off that. And I think when he built it, I think he showed it on a few of the Facebook groups, and I think he got offered big bucks for it, but it was custom ordered to me. So he said no, I can't. You know, it's Thomas's. So that's all three models I've had off Billy. So first one, second one, and the one we see today from in his box. So I'm very pleased with that. Look, that's well smart. It's going to look great on my photos. That is. They all do. Everything Billy does all look good on the photos. I think there'll be many more to come of Billy's creations, but I think he wants to get on with his own work at the moment. So I'll keep off and say, I want this doing. But so for now, that's he's lined up in my fleet for my photography stuff, and these were all at one point were featuring their own stories, and in other stories as well. So yeah, it's really good that, and I've got my main four here. So I've got Bluey, Freddie, Diesel, and Brody. These are my main four who were nicknamed the lads through my audience. Freddie's missing his number plate. Recent holiday in Wales, he lost his number plate, so I've got to buy one of them. But they're my main four. That's what I'm known for. Oh look, there's a knob there. My main four Land Rovers, what I use on my page. But I like to have lots of characters, and I like to have one-off. The key in this business is you've got to have one-off stuff. So these are one-off vehicles, what no one else has. So I can be top of the game. You've got to be top of the game in this business, because otherwise you can't stand out from the crowd. So they're me three show-off models. But Brody, even though I got Billy to custom make me stuff, I've done custom stuff in the past, and Brody's my creation. Brody isn't stock. You can't buy Brody stock. You can buy him in that colour, but you can't buy him with those sand ladders or those spots, or he's got a spare wheel in the back. And he's got a chassis of a Defender on him. He should have diesel chassis. What the only difference you can really tell is the number plate sits on top of the front bumper, and the Defender one, the number plate's on the actual bumper itself. So Brody's got in a sense a bluey bumper on him. So you can't buy him like that, and you can't buy him really. He should really have that tyre pattern on, but I swapped it all over with an earlier tyre pattern because he looks more meaty. He's not exactly screwed together because I snapped something in his chassis, so he's always been held together with zip ties. But he's his own character, so I leave them on nowadays. But anyway, they all have their own backgrounds, and Brody's a motorway worker from the 60s to the late 80s, and you might be thinking, wow, he's a Series 3, but he had a crash, and he was originally a Series 2, and then he had a Series 3 front end put on him. So that's why he looks like a Series 3. So yeah, he is one of my custom creations, and there is a couple I have in me barn upstairs of more custom ones I've done, but I'm not the best at doing custom. I can't do the spray work, doing the paint. I know I did paint Brody chassis, but I'm not really good at doing body work, so that's why I get Billy to do me custom colour stuff. Because he's a pro, you know. You got to have a pro on the job, and he does all that. I couldn't have the patience to paint that, not at all. You know, I'd rather just, you know, just paint it without thinking about it. But I'm not very good at doing that sort of detail, so that's why I get Billy to do it. You know, and you're better paying for pro work than doing it yourself, really, because you know you're getting a good job. So I'll leave Billy's email underneath, so if you want a custom Land Rover, or he does custom tractors and trailers and all sorts of stuff. And he does weathering, and weathering tractors, making them look muddy. So if you ever want any of that work, drop him an email underneath. And you can get one like what I get, but he'll never do one the same. So if you want one like that, he won't do it because it's one-off, so you've got to be slightly different. He'll do you one, but it will be slightly different than the next. What's the best way? It's a bit like a real Land Rover, really. The next one's never the same as the one you've just seen, because someone's changed it, or it's had a different past in its life where it's had to be modified to be used on a job. So yeah, it's really good. That's, you know, there you go. It's just a stock equivalent, so you can see. So it's all really good. That I don't know what else I've got to tell you, really. That's about it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video and unwrapping it. I want to do more of these. I don't know, of all sorts of stuff. I've got lots of things in mind. But I hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment, always appreciated. And give us a like. And also give us a subscribe as well. And click that big bell. Ding!